Hey everyone, looking for a new card game to play? Have you tried Spades? Spades is an iconic game that's been around for over a century. Trust me, this video will be useful as we'll go from the very basics of Spades all the way down to the nitty-gritty of advanced strategies. Oh, and we're gonna do it on the best platform to play on, Spades Plus. So let's dive in. All right, so let's get down to brass tacks. Spades is best played in pairs of 2, or you can play one-on-one. What you'll need is one deck of cards with both jokers removed. After shuffling the deck, deal the remaining cards to all 4 players. Each player should have 13 cards in their hand. Next, and this is the important part, make your bids individually. So what are you bidding for? Your bid represents the number of times you expect to win tricks or pots of cards that each player puts in the middle of the table. The stronger your hand, the higher your bid. The weaker your hand, well, you should probably bid lower. But there's a twist. You can bid nil to win 0 tricks. You can even win 100 points if you're successful. So what's a strong or a weak hand and how many points wins the game? Let me show you. Card strength is pretty standard. 2 is low, and ace, king, queen, and jack are strong. Now you can play up to either 200 or 500 points, depending on what everybody wants to play. Spades Plus includes the classic spades that everyone knows and loves, played to 500 points. Although, players can play to 200 or 300 points if they feel like it. The players start by putting cards in the pot, going one by one in a circle. The first player can play any card other than a spade. Other players follow up and must play a higher card of the same suit. If you don't have a card of the same suit, you can break spades and play a spade or any other suit at this time, depending on your strategy. The player after you has to play the original suit again if they can. You win the pot by playing either the highest card of the starting suit or the highest spade. Now remember, you can only play a spade if you don't have a card of the starting suit, and the spade always wins. Now, let's go to the Google Play Store and download the app. And if you're an Apple user, you can also go to the App Store and download it there. All right, so let's download the app and start it up. And since I've already downloaded mine, I'll just open it up. Once your game is finished loading, you'll see the start screen where you can play as a guest or log in for the best experience. Once you've chosen how you want to play, you'll be loaded into the main menu, and here we've got all the game modes: Knockout Turbo, Special Rooms, Tournaments, and everyone's favorite, Classic Spades. Some of these games unlock at level 5, but that's to make sure that you got the hang of everything first. For example, in the Whiz game mode, players have to bid the exact number of spades cards they have in their hand. You can only bid 0 if you have no spades in your hand. Players can play this solo or in pairs, just like in Classic Spades. We'll put a pin in Classic Spades for now and move on to the menu first. In the top left, you have your profile, where you can change your profile picture, your card deck, and numerous other settings. On the top right is the shop. Here, you can buy anything you want, like coins, table colors, emojis, and more. Unlocking at level 5, there's the Teams dashboard. It's your base of operations for observing and interacting with your teammates. All right, that's it for the basics. Now, we're ready to play. All right, so you joined a Classic Spades game. Let's wait for the other players to make their bids. Based on my hand, we're gonna start off low and bid 3. Now remember, if you have a good hand, you can go as high as 8 or 9. But for now, we're gonna keep it low. If we don't have a card in the proper suit, we can play any other card, including a spade. But I think it's best to save my spades for later when the cards start to get higher. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Okay, so here comes the fun part. Now, we don't want to be sitting at the table with just basics, right? Time for some advanced spade strategies. Don't worry, you don't have to be a math whiz to do this. Keep it simple and make a mental note of what your opponents and teammates play, and you'll be able to adjust your bidding and play strategy in no time. Stick to my advice, and you'll be able to accurately predict when high-ranking cards appear. Now, let's talk defense. We're not just thinking about our hand, but what our opponents might do. By paying close attention to their plays and bids, we can adjust our own hand and strategy and disrupt their plans. Okay, so for example, you or your teammate can trick the other players by playing your weakest card first, assuming you counted the cards right, forcing your opponent, who bids 0, to win, resulting in a 100-point penalty for them. Now, we all know how much of a nightmare it is to get a group of people together. It's one of the biggest problems of any game night. That's why the best way to play is on Spades Plus. You'll immediately connect with thousands of people who want to play spades at the exact same time as you. It's easy, convenient, and you'll avoid those pesky scheduling conflicts with other people. Plus, it's a seamless experience from the installation all the way through to the gameplay. Now, I know what you're gonna ask. Why Spades Plus specifically? Why not just download any old Spades app and play there? Well, firstly, Spades Plus has a huge player base, so those long waiting times we all hate, you can kiss those goodbye. Also, it's free to play. So if you don't want to, you don't have to spend a single cent, with plenty of extras to keep you entertained, like daily missions, tournaments, or fun mini games where you can earn prizes. There's never a dull moment. And the best part, you can join teams and keep the social vibes going. No more playing with random strangers all the time. Instead, you build connections, work together, and improve with your teammates. Since its launch in 2014, Spades Plus has become the ultimate Spades app, dominating both Android and iOS, with over 10 million downloads on Android alone. The numbers speak for themselves. Whether you're just playing for fun or you're getting competitive, Spades Plus is the place to be. Play with real people, build teams, and customize your game for your perfect experience. Download Spades Plus and jump in on the fun with thousands of players already enjoying the action.